What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what the number one business that you should launch online during times of COVID. And I'll be honest with you guys, I think this is going to be the number one business for you to personally run anytime moving forward post-COVID. I'm going to explain to you guys why in just a second. But for those of you guys who don't know me, know what I do. I help people launch online businesses. I teach them how to be profitable. I teach them how not to fail. I teach them all the boring stuff that a lot of people skip over because they want to go direct from idea to making money. And yes, that does sound great. That straight line to the goal, the end result. But let me tell you guys something. If your foundation is not strong, your business will collapse. That's why most businesses do fail. I believe the statistics these days is 3 out of 4 businesses. 3 out of 4 businesses do not thrive. That means 1 out of 4 are actually profitable. I've known business owners who've been in business for 15, 20 years, and they're just barely making it. But what keeps them in the game is just the passion and the freedom of working for themselves, taking days off when they want to take days off, being able to work when they want to work. Some work harder than others. But at the end of the day, a lot of people, they value the freedom more so than the paycheck. And I got to respect that. But let's talk about making some money, because I know you guys are here to make money. You want to learn about what it takes to make extra money. You want to learn how not to fail, and you want to thrive in today's market. This is like the most life-changing times I think that most of us are ever going to witness in our lifetime. And why do I say that? Because the internet has boomed. The internet is not even at its peak yet. But what it is there's a bunch of doors that are open. People are able to do free TV, like what? YouTube, right? Was it Vimeo, whatever? They got all kinds of different platforms where you can actually have free TV. You got Instagram TV, you got Facebook Live, you got all kinds of different things to where you can actually have your own television show, your own podcast, and pay absolutely nothing. Here's the problem. Most people don't know how to market themselves. So that's where people start to kind of do a little bit to get some good ideas. They realize, man, I got one viewer and it was my mom after a month shooting videos. There's ways to do things right, and there's the hard way. So with that said, now that we are post-COVID, I think what COVID did was COVID got all of us used to actually doing business and conducting business and interacting with people more so than ever on a virtual platform. Zoom is more popular than ever. They're a multi-billion-dollar company because of COVID. COVID completely launched that platform. Zoom became a household name. And there's plenty of other platforms out there that does exactly what Zoom does. But Zoom just got themselves in there with the right marketing, the right features, everything that you need at the right time. Okay, so because Zoom and other platforms like it has normalized conducting business on a virtual platform versus being in person, I want to talk to you guys about the number one business you should launch. You need to think about this. And the acronym is LDT, right? LDT. Learn something, do that something, and then teach that something. So if I was going to sum it up in one word, coach. Coach. And you're probably thinking like, hold on, Joe, I don't have any desire to be a coach. I don't want to be a coach. Let me stop you real quick. There's so many different ways you can coach someone. You can make a platform where you're recording videos, kind of like how I'm doing right now. And you can actually build an entire course, whether it's 12 modules or 120, it doesn't even matter. It's that you're providing value from something that you learned, you mastered, now you're teaching somebody else. I have a buddy of mine. He learned how to sell things and create a store on Facebook Market. He's making 6 figures selling other people's stuff on Facebook Marketplace. It's crazy how he figured it out and he started to do it. And now he's teaching a course for $10,000 for other people to launch their stores. So what does that mean for him? It means that his hustle and the grind that he put in learning and doing, and now that he's teaching, he gets bigger paydays on the back end from teaching. And that means he can still do his own Facebook store. He can still do that, but now he's bringing in additional revenue by helping other people make money. Here's what I learned. I learned just being a fitness trainer, nutrition coach when I was charging like very little. I remember, I think at the lowest, I think I was charging like $20 an hour for personal training when I first started. This is like, guys, I'm talking 20 years ago. Meal plans, I was charging like $20, $30, whatever people would pay me, I just take it. And it wasn't a lot of money, but I had to learn the business. I had to learn how to be a good coach. I had to learn the moves. I had to invest a lot of money into other people's programs so I can create my own. And then after I started doing it, because I learned a trait, I started doing it, and then I started coaching other people. And what happens is when I became their coach, people are paying big money to learn how to make big money. You guys understand? It's one of the things I used to tell my wife, and it used to like completely blow my mind, and it still does today. But I would have to fight and claw and try to convince people that their health mattered, that their life depended on them changing their life and paying for my expertise so I can help them completely turn things around. And really, still at the end of the day, people will be like, I gotta think about it. But see, the moment I started teaching people how to make money, I started attracting a different kind of monster. And these people were hungry for success, because you got to understand, money is value to us, right? It can equal like rent being paid, bills being paid, vacations, freedom. Like money means so much more than just one thing. And again, let me go back. I think health should trump everything else. I would rather be broke and healthy than one slice away from a heart attack and have a lot of money. That's just me personally. But I also understand why people are willing to invest $5,000, $10,000 and more and getting coaching from me on how to build their own wealth, because what they see is I give Joe $10,000 today, but that's going to help me make $100,000 before the end of the year. So it just makes sense to me numerically. The data makes sense that this is going to happen. Where see, when we're overweight or unhealthy, we can hide it, right? Because if I don't immediately feel the pain, if I don't immediately feel the struggle, then I'm okay right now. If I'm getting too big for my clothes, I'll just go buy a bigger size and hide it under some baggy clothes, and I can ignore the pain. But see, when we don't have money, you can't hide from that. You know, if you can't put gas in your car, or if you're working a 9-to-5 and you absolutely hate that life and you can't even imagine yourself staying in one particular job until you're 67 just to get Social Security, which is barely going to keep you going after you retire, I understand. I get it. I get why people are trying to make sure that they can bring as much value into their life as possible, and they're willing to invest what it takes to take care of their loved ones and their family. You know, like that's just how we are as a culture. So what I'm explaining to you is, what is one of the best things to do online as a business is coach. Learn something first. Get really good at it. Don't just buy some program and then try to like redo it, and then hopefully like people will pay you for it, because they're going to come up with questions that you've never experienced. They're going to come up with things that you're unaware of, and then you're not going to be a great coach. You know, again, you might be really, really good at planting in your garden. I tell my wife all the time, you can have your own YouTube channel. You can have your own course on how to take care of plants and what they are, and talk about the feelings of the plants and why you name them certain things. I joke around with her about that, but I'm also half serious, because my mind, I have an entrepreneur mind, and I'm always telling my wife, man, you can do so much, and people will actually pay to learn how to garden like you do, and your routine, and like why you do the things. And you don't have to be like the master planter, but you just have to be consistent with what you do. You know, people who do cooking shows and chefs, I've seen some people who don't cook the greatest meals, but they're consistent. They learn how to do it. They learn how to set up the cameras, the lighting. They learn how to get the meals ready, everything just like they learned it. Now they're doing it, and now they're teaching it. And people are paying big money because they want a piece of that action. So when you're launching your online business, you got to think about this. Number one, think about multiple streams of income. Because if you have a one-hit wonder, like you get one stream of income coming in, and if something happens, pandemic, right? Something shuts that thing down, now you have zero. So now you're back to stage one. You're trying to find out, how the heck do I work for a job? Do I start driving Uber? Do I do like Lyft? What am I going to do with my life? I got no money coming in. But see, if you have 5 streams of income and you got investments, you got real estate, you're coaching, you got a virtual course people can buy because they're home locked down because of COVID, and all they got time to do is learn some stuff. And then lastly, you know, like you got to think about it. Like you got whatever your passion is that's driving money into your household. For me, it's coaching people on nutrition. But I also coach people on how to launch businesses. I also teach people how to, make money by becoming coaches themselves. And I have money coming in from real estate investments. And my vehicles, I rent my vehicles out because we accumulated a bunch of vehicles. Those vehicles I don't drive. I'm like, why not have that extra stream of income? Doesn't hurt me none. Doesn't bother me not one single bit. Why? Because it's bringing in money in my household. It's multiple streams of income. So if something starts to fail, that's all right. I'll focus my attention on either fixing it or focus my attention on the things that are actually bringing me money. You get what I'm saying right there? But when you go online, you can work from anywhere. You dictate your hours. You can set up automations and systems, and you can actually hire people to manage those things so you can go about living your dream life. That's all that it takes, you guys. And that's why I made this video right here, just talking about if you learn something, do it, teach it, watch yourself grow. It's an amazing thing, guys. Hope you guys like this video. Hope this helped you guys get inspired. And again, always, reach out if you're looking to start a business, you want to launch it, you want to be super successful with it. That's what I'm here for. I got you. All right, guys, I got to cut out.